Hello, BIM learners. Welcome to BIMmodeler.com. So, in this video tutorial, we're going to see how to create a earth pit, which is actually asked by a user, where you can see them as here in the command. He asked for earth pits and earth strips and lightning arrestor. These details. This is one of the specialized services that we usually do it in the building, but I like to go with earth pit parametric family here. And I like to cover earth pit lightning arrestor, these things in a different video tutorial for our MEP series, because we have a series of course there in a playlist, and I will add that in separately in a video. So with that, let's go ahead and see Earthpit how it looks. And yeah, so it comes in different shape, usually square, and it will have earth rod. What I suggest is that earth rod we have to make it as a separate family, as it is required for as for BOQ, and because the earth rods will comes in different sizes and different grades, different heights. So we have to make that as a separate family for estimation purpose. So typically, this is how it will be installed, and it will be this is how it will be there, and there is the image. This is how it's maintained. There won't be a proper maintenance in some places, and makes critical in the project that or in the building critical risk for the safety. So it shouldn't be maintained like this. That's what I'm trying to say. So with that, so we're going to make a simple parametric family, which is for understanding that how it's going to help. So this comes under the civil part of it, and the electrical part is which is earth pit that I was mentioning. Sorry, earth rod, which I was mentioning. So with that, let me go ahead and create a generic model, and basically we can make this as a generic model. Sometime if you are placing on the ground, we can place it as a face-based family as well, but we can adjust that height if you are making that as a generic. And if you like to have a rebar in them, so you have to make them as a structural element so that we can host a rebar, and we have to click this button as well. That's an important point that we have to remember if you are making that as a rebar, if you are applying that. So with I'm not going to do that. I'm going to just make an LOD 300 model here. So which can be sufficient to represent that in the project. With that, let's go ahead and create it. So for earthpit, let's say that it's going to be 500 by 500 millimeter, and it's going to be a square based object here. So create similar, which is CS, and I'm giving the shortcut, and I can create like this, and I will be able to create on the other side. This is very tough, and I was I wanted to create a Dynamo script for this, or any Revit add-in for this. So basically, most like 20% of the time that we go with this kind of setup, initially these things needs to be done length with height. We have to make either script, or we have to make a template which helps us in that case. Earth pit length, and I like to go with type, and I hope everybody knows what is type and parameter is. We have a separate tutorial about the shared parameter family parameter options. Depth, and we can go to the front view, and in the front view we like to go with height. So we have to think about here that whether the earth pit goes below the ground, so we have to mention the below height. That will be great. And also we need one more reference plane, create similar CS, which is above, where we can control at what height it should be above the ground. So from there we can do it. That's the main thing that we have to do it. So we can say that always it maintains some distance. Let's say this is 1000, let it be as it is, and this side it will be 250 millimeter, which is 25 centimeter, no, 100 millimeter, let it be as it is. So with that we can go ahead and say this is not actually height, so it's not a total height, so we can create this as a height 1. Home earth height one, because plus 100 will be the total height. So I can go ahead and create the parameter total height. I can go ahead and output height plus 100, which is default. And we make sure that I have locked this one. We shouldn't change. Also, we have to assign the parameter. Output depth. Everything I like to keep there at maybe 750. And on the other side, length as well. Okay, so for understanding if we need, we can extend this, unpin this, and stretch it. Okay, with that, we can go ahead and create a object, which is a sweep that I'm going to use it. Let's go ahead and create the sweep. Go to the floor plan. We need to have a path. So I like to go ahead and create a sweep and sketch path. I'm going to draw a rectangle shape like this. And when I draw this, you can see the lock symbol. I like to lock with that. And once it is done, we have to go with the left side view to create the profile. If I say the edit profile, automatically tags for the left side view. Now we have to draw the shape that we like to have them. So we can go ahead and create a shape. I'm going to draw the basic shape here, and, which is going to be 75. And I need a base object which will be not square. I like to have them as 25, and I will be using the trim and extend TR, which is here. We have a separate tutorial for this as well, how to use the modified tools. You can check in our project. Yep, this is done. So we can go ahead and we don't have to log them the profile. If you wanted to control the size of the profile, you have to make parameters. For now, I don't want to do them, so I like to have the height locked, and the beautiful future we have a lock option. So I like to log this with this reference plane, and which I don't want to disturb later time. So I like to have them dimensioned. And also I like to have alignment with this object and alignment with this object. I think everything's done. Finish it, and once it is done, finish it. The object is created. We can stretch it. We will be able to see it. Go to the 3D, make Control Y, Control Z, and 3D. You can see the object which is created like this. And we can go ahead and create, which is closure at the bottom, and which is going to be the inside boundary here. So by default, extrude will be on the ground floor. So what I mean, I can go ahead, lock this, and pick this option. Automatically it will be locked, and you can see what I mean by that. It will be on the ground floor by default. You can see that in the front view as well, the pink line position, so it will be on the ground level, but we like to have them here. So set up plane, pick a plane, pick a plane. I like to have them here, reference level, finish it. Come back to the front view and see it, and I like to go with the thickness of maybe 65, 25. And also we like to have an opening here, and we can control it parametrically if it is needed, but we can have the dimension that we needed, and but I wanted to log this, so enabling the center mark, we'll have an option to log them. So once it is done, finish it. So that's it. We have the properly done parametric object. The only thing, the edges finally it's fine, it's aligned. But if you need further, we can select and join them so that it behaves as a single object. We have to have them as together. And once it is done, we can go ahead and create a object which is closure for this cover for this object. You can go ahead and create an extrude, and we can have them as a separate family as well. So once if it is need to be a separate family, we can do that, and we can have a count in the project. So I'm making here, and the extrude is done. We can go ahead and see in 3D, and which is on the ground floor. I like to have them in the center plane in the ground level. Yes, and once it is done, finish it. We can align it to this object. Further, I like to have 110 so that we can have an edge over it, so we'll be able to see them clearly what is happening. And also, if it is needed, we can offset also. We can see some realistic object. After that, I like to have a small void. It can act as acting as a handle here, representing the handle. We can have a void here, and just to have one object representation. That's it. And 3D, we don't want to cut to 50, just 10 millimeter, so that it represents the positioning. And I like to have a 3D model text. We already set the work plane. We can see the work plane by showing that it's at the top, and we can go ahead and create a 3D text which says that at bit, and model of any company that manufactures it, they will have their name, and we can control their sizes 10 millimeter, and we can go ahead and change the center alignment, and we can go ahead and change the size from 150 to maybe 25. Okay, maybe 45 will be good enough, I think. And 10 also, it's bigger, so we can make it like 3. So this is how we can make a earth pit. Once this family is ready, similar way, we'll be able to create the earthing rod, and we can place them inside that as a shared parameter. I have about the sharing and nesting family video as well in the 100-day challenge. We are making a series of video tutorials, so that go and subscribe and share with your learning friends so that others also learn it. With that, I'm exiting, and do comment if you like, and which is very important that if you need further any other tutorials based on this or any other topics related to Revit. Thank you so much. Have a nice day. Bye bye.